Welcome everybody to Late Night Racing's Thursday night series, the Evo Cup. Tonight we are on round 5 of 8 and coming to you from a very soggy Nurburgring. We've already had about 60 mil of rain and there's no letting up. It's as slippery as shit out there. So once again we've got 20 minutes of practice, 10 minutes of qualifying, and then a 40-minute race with a compulsory pit stop. 4 tyres, but I don't think we need to change tyres tonight because these ones won't wear out with the amount of rain we've got. But once again, it's just a compulsory 30-second stop to change tyres anyway, so that won't hurt. Just sending out the stream. That's it there. So far we've got 9 in. So we've got Shooter, Sparrow sitting in the pits, probably doing a bit of a setup change. Silky Apollo driving the McLaren. Hobbsy in the Lamborghini. Big Gilso number 35 in the yellow, white and black McLaren. Doc, disrespect. Running 720. I believe that's just the default livery for the car. That's cool. Haymaker, number 14 in the Audi. Number 72, Pickle in the white, red and yellow McLaren. And a big welcome back to Von Zip. Been a while since Von Zip's been with us, so good to have you back, mate. And hope you have a great race tonight. He's driving the Mercedes AMG GT3 Evo. So far, I believe times we should be looking for mid to 11s. I was out just before with these guys in the Honda, and I set a lap of 2:11.2. So it's very, very sketchy, very, very slippery out there. So far everyone's just probably coming to have a bit of a play to see what the grip levels are. There are a few puddles on the track as well. They can catch you out under brakes. Very cautious of the curbs as well. Can be very slippery. I dare say everyone will be running a bit higher traction control tonight. You see Big Gilso will jump on board with Big Gilso. Nice and smooth through the back chicane up to the top. So far his visibility is pretty good. There's that puddle right there under brakes. It can tend to throw the car to the right. Yeah, as I said, visibility is looking good. Going to be a bit different when you've got cars in front. Because if you have a look at the spray that he puts out behind, when you're stuck in that spray, it's going to be very difficult to see. Look when you look at it. Oh! Gilso's had a big off there. Obviously he's hit that inside curb and it's just spat him a little bit. And he's just fast straight back to the pits. Comes the Doc, bit of a slide through the tight chicane up to the last corner. About to put a lap on the board. What's he got? 2:14.2, good starting point. You can build from that. Got Justice here now too. And Not Fast Hallie. Welcome gentlemen to the swimming pool of Nurburgring. Here we have Sparrow, the OG LNR, Mr. LNR himself, Tonight he's on his 199th career race for LNR. So be sure to tune in on Sunday night for the Feather Cup to celebrate Sparrow's 200th race. I believe he's the only one in the group so far to reach 200. So that just shows a good level of commitment, and he does a fantastic job with these events, plus the ones he does for Wreckfest and Forza Motorsport as well. So big shout out to Sparrow. Hope you have a good race tonight. So we'll just go back to the pits for a sec, have a quick look. So we have got a mixture. We've got 3 AMGs. What's that? 5 McLarens. 2 Audis. And 1 Lamborghini. So a little bit of a mixture. They'll all have their strengths and weaknesses in different places. Jump on board with the Lamborghini of Hobbsy. Go this way. So you can see the whole screen. A little bit of a slide. Missed the apex there by a bit. Big slide up to the top there. That puddle. Turned in nicely there. Trying to avoid the curbs, but you can take a little bit of that curb there because you're only rolling over it. It's just the ones you've got to worry about when you're accelerating through. Touching the painted red and white lines can tend to throw the car sideways. Nice and smooth through the fast right kink there. Deep to the 100 marker. Big slide out there, right out to the ripple strip. A little bit of understeer there. Gets it turned in nicely. What's this going to do for him? It's a 2:12.6, but his best lap is an 11.6, and that's good enough so far for second place in practice. Shooter sitting in first place at the moment with an 11.61, so him and Hobbsy pretty close together. On Zips just still trying to find a nice groove, trying to find the track limits, how much grip you're going to have. Here we have Hallie. Look, if you look at the dashboard, actually I'll go back, look at his dashboard there. He's running engine map 1, traction control level 1 and ABS 5, so this thing is going to be a bit of a handful for him, but he's a talent. This bloke can really handle the car. Big slide out through there, down to the hairpin. Oh, a lot of understeer. Talking to Shooter before too, who drives an AMG as well, saying this thing has a lot of understeer under brakes if you try to go deep. Shift it back to second there just to get it turned in up over the chicane. Now we did actually, I'll just get back on my phone, I just want to find something. We did actually have a little bit of a joke around in our group chat saying what would be a reasonable time, and Mr. Halley himself asked me what was the prediction, and I said to him, I reckon you could do it 208.36. So keep that number in your head, 208.3, and see if you can get anywhere close to that. Honestly thinking, I reckon he'd be lucky to get in the nines with the conditions that we have, but he has surprised us before, and we'll just have to wait and see. I'll just quickly go back to the garage and have a look at the list. So Hobbsy's done a 2:10.7. So he's obviously got that Lambo hooked up really nice, still working the wet. And then just behind him we've got Shooter with a 2:11.6, still hasn't improved on that. Halley with a 2:12.2 at the moment. Disrespect with a 2:12.6.3. Sparrow with a 2:13.1. Silky with a 2:13.2. Pickle with a 2:13.9. Haymaker with a 15.6.5. Gilso with a 15.6.7. So not much between Haymaker and Gilso at the moment, but I believe Gilso will be a little bit quicker than that. Jester with a 15.7.3 and Von Zip with a 15.8.2. And just coming on 5 minutes to go in practice. It looks like Shooter's about to finish his lap. See if he can make an improvement. He's pretty much 0.9 of a second behind Hobbsy. And there he goes to the top with a 10.3. Nice lap there from Shooter. Next in line was be Silkia. As he comes across the line, can he improve on 6th? No, not this lap. Then we've got Pickle about to cross the line too. He's sitting in 7th. No improvement there either. We've got a big gaggle of cars coming up here. Here comes, looks like Haymaker's on a lap. Sitting in 8th at the moment, 5 seconds off the pace. Any improvement there? He's improved his time, but hasn't moved position. Improved his time by about 0.6 of a second. So he's finding the grip of that Audi, finding its limits. Here comes big Gilso around the last corner. Can he bump up from 9th? He sure can. He jumps up to 8th though. He leapfrogs Haymaker. So just coming on 3 minutes to go now. And you can see up the top there we've got air temperature is 23 degrees Celsius, track temp's 25, and prediction of rain. It's just not going to let up. So should be interesting race. So it'd be one of those things that you'll be thinking about now for strategy, whether you do an early pit stop because tyres aren't really going to matter so much, and then get out on your own and just try to drive on your own and better your times to do an undercut, or if you're in clean air to start with, just run a long race. And these are the decisions these guys need to make. Here to see is the Doc. He's 6/10 up on his best lap. Just coming through just into the 3rd sector. sitting in 4th position. A bit of a feather through there just to get it turned in so it wouldn't run wide. He's still half a second up. This will put him in the 11s if he can continue with this. Oh, he's lost a bit of time. He's just drop him to almost 12 flat there, 12.09. If Pickle's starting a lap, he's already 3/10 up. We'll watch him. Sparrows in the pits. Haymaker's trying another lap. Gaining some time out of the first hairpin. Hobbsy's happy to sit in the pits. Just on 1 minute to go, so I don't think anyone else will get a lap in. Allie's struggling a bit, sitting in 4th. Best lap to 2:12.2, but he is a second up on his best lap. He's bumped his traction control to 2 and his ABS up to 7 just to try to settle it down a bit. So 30 seconds to go. I don't know if he'll make it around to get another lap in. This will probably be Halley's last lap. So he's 2 seconds up on his best time. This will put him into the 10s almost. Oh, he's invalidated it too. But he has got through for another lap, I think. No, he hasn't. No, that's him done. Alright, so let's go back. Who's still on? No, Hobbsy's there. Who we got? 83. Jester with an invalid lap. So that won't count. So Haymaker's the next one to cross the line. See if there's any improvements there. Oh, a little bit wide and sketchy through there. That's going to cost him a lot of time. Comes up across the line. Then he moved from 9th. Oh,
green light, go, go, go.
Let's have a quick look. Practice. So Shooter with a 2:10.31. Hobbsy with a 2:10.71. So 4/10 between first and second. Then there's a big gap back to Disrespect. 2:12.0. Alley 2:12.2. Sparrow sitting in 5th at the moment with a 2:13.17. Silkio with a 2:13.2. Pickle with a 2:13.47. Gilso with a 14.40. Haymaker with a 15.25.24. Jester with a 15.73 and Von Zip with a 15.82. So now we go on to qualifying. 10 minutes. So might be lucky to get 3, maybe 4 laps. Just see what happens. Keep an eye on everyone. First lap will be trying to get some temperature into the tyres. A few of them just waiting to get some clean air. Looks like Pickle's just letting a few of them go, create himself some space. Because yeah, you don't really want to be stuck. Oh, Jester with a big moment there. Is he just going to let Pickle go and rejoin? Yeah, nice. Looks like the conditions are getting a little bit worse than practice. big slide in the corner there from Sparrow. Nicely done. About to start his flying lap. Haymaker taking out the cones. Haymaker about to start his first lap. So Hobbsy's on his first lap too. Oh, M4A's made it too. Excellent. So that gives us 12 cars on the field. Welcome M4A. Shooter's on his first lap as well. Should have to wait and see until all these guys get around. So Von Zip's struggling a little bit with the Merc. On board and have a quick look. They've still got a bit of understeer. A little bit of a lip through there to get a turn. That's alright. We'll right back to first. Mustn't be comfortable with that corner yet. Definitely got a lot of push. Alright, so right, Shooter's about to, oh, he's got an inbound lap, so you'll have to go again. We've got Hobbsy behind him. There's Hobbsy. Oh, Haymaker's had a bit of a incident in the last chicane. I want to see where Hobbsy's done a 2:11.5. And for A, just trying to get some practice in before he sets a lap. Like Hallie's struggling a little bit with the Merc too. Zilkia sitting in third with a 13.35. Looks like he's on for a bit of a better lap, pushing a little bit harder. Big Gilso sitting in 7th, hasn't set a lap yet. The Doc just chilling out in the pits. Whether he's just thinking start from the back and work your way through after all the carnage, and I'm pretty sure there will be some carnage. Looking at the weather conditions and visibility. So Pickle's done a time of a 14.5, and that's put him in 4th at the moment, because not everyone's been able to set a lap. Jester's done a 16.8, and that's put him in 5th. So there's just over almost 2 seconds between 4th and 5th. Just coming on to 3 minutes to go, so maybe 1, maybe 2 laps. Here comes Hobbsy again on a better lap. That puts him to an 11.2, 11.26. That's a good lap. Has anyone got anything to match that? And we can see Shooter's last lap was a 10.9, but was invalid. Von Zip's done a 16.17 for 5th place. Halley has just done an 11.9, 11.91, and that's put him to 3rd. Silky's done in the pits doing a little bit of a change. Where's Big Gilso? Whether he's fast tracked to the pits, don't know. Or he's coming down pit lane, maybe. And Pickle's on a better lap. Half a second up. Just on a minute to go. Just a bit over a minute. A couple of them already laying up in the pits, happy with what they've done. And there's no real green boxes or Von Zips on a better lap. Surprising, Shooter's still sitting in 8th. But this should be a good lap here. Let's at least get him on the board, put him up into the top 5 hopefully. We're up straight to pole with a 10.53. So I believe there's nothing in it now between him and Hobbsy. So just on a minute to go. We'll go back to the garage. We're up 0.7 of a second between Shooter and Hobbsy. Shooter's happy with that, bailed to the pits. 30 seconds to go. Halley will come around and get another lap in. Does he improve? Up to 2nd place. So that's a 10.8. So we've got Haymaker coming around. Well, he'll make it for another lap too. Should put a number on the board. Does. Puts him to 7th. With what, that's a 16.4. Here comes Jester. He should just cross the line. Yes, and he gets one more lap. And Jester is sitting in 6th at the moment. With, what's that, a 14.1. So the first one to come around will be Von Zip. Turned in nicely there. Doesn't use all the road, keeps it off the ripple strips. He likes using in the middle of the road there. He could actually go a little bit wider and cut that angle, but it's whatever he's comfortable with. Floats it over the chicane nicely there. A bit of a late downshift there, gets the car turned in. Do we get an improvement from Von Zip here? Yes, that puts him up to 8th. He overtakes Haymaker. But Haymaker's still on another lap. So, next one coming along is M4A. Let's see what time M4A can put on the board. M4A jumps up to 5th place with a, what's that? That's a 2.12. Oh, okay, everyone else is obviously invalidated. So let's go back. Let's have a look at the timetable here for qualifying. So, not fast Halley ended up doing a 10.50 over Shooter's 10.53. So only 3 100ths between 1st and 2nd. Then we've got Hobbsy in 3rd with a 2.11.26. Sparrow with a 2.11.91 to be in 4th. That's a great result for Sparrow. M4A with a 2.12.787 puts him to 5th. Sixth place is Silkia with a 13.10. Jester with a 14.15. Pickle in 8th with a 14.21. Von Zip in 9th with a 15.15. Haymaker with a 15.47. And Gilso and the Doc didn't set a lap. So whether these guys are playing the card of starting in the rear and working through after the carnage, maybe. We'll just have to wait and see. But you can see there between Halley and Shooter, there's not a lot of time difference really. Looking at the sector times as well. So you want to have an action-packed race, just add water like this. So we now have to just wait for the intermission. All the people sitting up in the corporate boxes there, nice and dry. All the pit crews will be sitting inside, staying dry until the pit stops come on. Right, so...
Alright, there is some rain in this session, so watch out for slippery curves and remember to brake earlier.
That's just the engineers talking to the teams. So once again, I'm starting in the last sector, just coming up to the chicane, staying double file until we get around the last corner. Then once everyone's fired in, we'll get a green flag and it'll be on for the first hairpin. So hopefully everyone's a bit cautious, but we'll just have to see what happens. I can't change my view. But what have we got? Track temperature is 29 degrees. Ambient temperature is 25. Track conditions still wet. And rain, and more rain. So it's going to be very difficult to see, but they're all jam-packed in so close. The sprays coming out of these cars is just tremendous. So we'll do our best to cover all the action. Coming up to the 30 seconds. Everyone will turn the ignitions on and start the cars. Yeah, got the windscreen wipers going flat out, got all the lights on. Make sure you have your rain lights on as well so the cars behind can see the back of your car. Okay, Halley will lead them away. Already you can start to see the spray come up. Return to the pitch yet. Here we are, coming around the final corner. Just be waiting for the green light.
Green light, green light.
Green light, here we go. I want to go back here. So I can keep an eye on all the traffic. Hardly see anything through the spray. Has everyone made it through there? I believe so. Oh, Big Gilso's looking up the outside of Silkia there. And looks like he's got it done too.
Go, go,
It's, so far so good. Looks like everyone's made it through nicely. Hobbsy's still sitting in third. And Ferrari's dropped one position back to sixth. Big Gilso's having a look on the outside there of M4A. Well, the numbers are a bit jumbled up at the moment. I don't know what's going on there. Looking at the back of Shooter. Hobbsy getting covered in spray. So Silky has dropped right back to the back of the pack here. So whether it's that's an incident that we've missed. Now Big Gilsto's having a look up the inside of Haymaker. And this is the view he's got. Haymaker's going side by side with Jester through here. Well, Jester's gone wide to avoid contact. Not really a good place to try to go too wide. Oh, we've got an incident. Pickle and M4A have come together. But M4A waits and lets him go, redresses the position. Nice work, nice work. Even though they've lost a bit of time, that's the courteous thing to do. Sparrow's sitting comfortably in fourth, keeping up with Hobbsy and Shooter. Hobbsy a little bit wide. Pulls it back in. Shooter's managed to close the gap on Halley here. Look at the visibility. Not a lot there. These guys are pushing pretty hard. And there's Hobbsy in the spray behind. That we've just seen. Well, Big Gilso's got a little bit of damage on the front of his car there. I wonder what that came from. He's now dropped back to ninth. Oh, he's pulling off the track and going into the pits. So Gilso, some of the dock ahead too has gone into the pits. So first two to take their compulsory stops. Both got damage. So whether they've come together. It's hard to try to find where all the action is. Sparrow's doing very well to stay up with the front runners. He could be on for a podium tonight. Don't want to jinx him, but it looks promising. He's got the pace. So these first three are staying pretty tight. There's only about a second and a half between them all. Von Zip sitting nicely in sixth. Bit of a gap back to Jester. Fast Alley coming up through the last chicane. Looks to be on a pretty good lap. To 11.4. Plays a 2.12.0 to Shooter. And Hobbsy with an 11.3. Sparrow with a 12.2. So here's Pickle fighting back from the incident on the first couple of laps. Nice and clean into the hairpin. M4A's just not quite close enough to make a move yet. But we'll watch these two. Looks like the McLaren's got a little bit better drive off the corners than the Lamborghini. Looks like the Lamborghini's a bit better on the brakes. And Jester sitting in seventh. There's a bit of a gap between him and Von Zip, 7.2 seconds. And then big gap back to Pickle to 6.5 seconds. So he's pretty much on his own there. And Sparrow's still in fourth, bit of a wiggle through there. Still sitting in fourth. But he's looking to set a better time. So 2.10.0 for Halley, 2.11.0 for Shooter, 11.9.16 for Hobbsy, and a 9.15 for Sparrow. So 1/1000th of a second that lap. Hobbsy, you know, wow. So in these conditions, its times are still pretty tight. Looks like M4A is coming into the pits as well. So far that's 3, I believe. Right, Big Gilso has done it compulsory, but the doc didn't. As you can see, his car's been repaired. I think he's just fixed his damage and come back out and didn't change his tyres, so that doesn't count as a compulsory stop. So he's going to have to do another stop. That's a bugger. So it looks like Von Zip's getting hassled here. A little bit wide there. That's brought Haymaker into the picture. Bit of a slide there, but he saves it nicely. Nicely through there now. Holds a bit more accelerator through that fast kink. Nice exit there. So Halley's just put a lap on Dr. Disrespect. So he's managed to pull the gap down to Shooter. About 3.4 seconds. Silky has pretty much found himself on his own, sitting in ninth. Just 8.4 seconds behind Pickle. So Big Gilso now back out after his compulsory stop, sitting in 11th, but he'll be just putting laps together and should make some positions back when people start to take their pit stops. So now Pickle's out on his own. That M4A has done his pit stop. So he can just concentrate on trying to chase down Jester. There's Jester there. Not too far behind Haymaker and Von Zip. Only 4 seconds behind Haymaker. Oh, who's that? Someone's gone off. Big Gilso's had another moment. What's he doing? Don't believe he's stuck. Where is that? That's on turn 4. Or whether he's just hit the curb and it's thrown him off the track, or whether he was assisted. He was pretty much on his own, so I don't think there was any contact. Hobbsy's dropped off the back of Shooter now. There's about 8 seconds between him and Shooter, and Dr. Disrespect is in the middle. So Pickle's now gone into the pits to do his compulsory stop as well. There he goes. And Gilso's in the pits as well. So whether he's fixing damage and he'll come back out, even though the conditions are pretty treacherous, still got an experience driving in these conditions, helps you sharpen your skills. So Shooter's now cleared Dr. Disrespect and chasing down Halley. He's closed the gap a little bit. It's down to 2.7. We'll jump on board here with Shooter and go for a lap. That last lap of Shooters is the best lap of the race. 2:09.76. race. It looks like Bonzip's gone into the pits as well. We just got out of the battle between him and Haymaker. Get out on his own again. Knock out some laps. And Pickle's back out. Just ahead of M4A again, so he's managed to put a little bit of a gap. 2 seconds ahead of M4A. So he's obviously had a better pit stop. Or M4A's just been a bit cautious. But these two will resume the battle. So the field's starting to spread out now. Everyone's pretty much finding their own little section. Sparrow's closing in here on Hobbsy. So we'll have to watch this. This is going to get very interesting, especially when we've got the Doc up ahead, who's going to be a lap down. He might hold these two back a little bit. It all depends. But there's only 2.5 seconds between it. As you can see there, it's not that far ahead. Not that far ahead. Sparrow can see him, and Sparrow will want that position. That's how. And for I am Pickle. I'll go this way. That's exactly what M4A is saying at the moment. Not a lot. Very hard to find your apex and your braking markers. Bonnet here of the Lamborghini. Very good under brakes. I do believe shooters in the pits. Ali's catching up to these two. We'll just have to watch that. Von Zip's been in the pits for quite some time. I don't believe he had any damage. Don't know what's happened there. Someone's got a stop go. Who was that? Metal Shooter has received a stop go. He's obviously been busted for speeding in pit lane. That has just ruined his race. Very unlucky. In saying that, then moves Hobbsy to second and puts our mate Sparrow up to third. Hobbsy's doing a great job here. M4A still trying to catch Pickle. He's got Halley all over the back of him. So he just moves aside, a little bit of a lift. Lets him go by. And stays in it. And Pickle lets him go by. Going on, Von Zip? Why are you still sitting in the pits, mate? What happened? So Hobbsy's now in the pits as well. Oh, the game glitched in the pits and didn't count it. Oh, that sucks, man. So Hobbsy's in. Shooter's come back in too. Do we stop go? That's very unfortunate. Yeah, mate, Von Zip, your start was fucking epic. To make up all those positions, mate, was really good. So we'll go back to the garage and let's have a quick look. So Hobbsy, Pickle, M4A and Jester have done their compulsory stop. Silky is in at the moment. Metal Shooter's in at the moment. Doing his stop go. But why didn't his first stop count? And that one didn't count either as a pit stop. So Shooter's going to have to do another pit stop. I don't know what's going on here. Silky is done. He's got the green tick. This is very weird. And the doc's got to come back in. Here he comes now. So here's Pickle, getting a lot of pressure put on him from M4A. And as we say that, Halley's now rolled into the pits to do his compulsory stop. And Haymaker's come in to do his stop too. So I don't get why Shooter he's done 2 stops, but his first stop didn't count. That's weird. I don't understand why that. I don't get it. Oh, he's cut the corner there too. Whether he comes straight in now. Yep, he's coming in to do his stop. So, unfortunately, a 3 stop of this race for the Shooter will put him out of contention. So that'll just leave Sparrow to do his pit stop. So it looks like M4A's managed to get around Pickle. Or Pickle's might have made a slight error. And Silky is just ahead. So M4A could be pushing here for 6th place. So just on 13 minutes to go in the race. Get back. Wanted to make sure we're going to shoot it here. See whether he gets the green box, and you can see Sparrow's in behind. There we go. Finally got the green box. He's released. Sparrow in the pits now. Looks like Halley's coming up to the last corner. Watching the time come down. Halley's back in the pits. What's going on there? This is a weird one. He's already done his compulsory stop. And it looks like he's taking the 30 seconds. So whether his pit strategy was set up with dry tyres, that's the only thing I could think of. And now he's got to put wets back on. But that's given our man Sparrow the lead of the race. Oh no, Hobbsy. Now it's just jumped around. So Hobbsy, I was going to say Hobbsy was in second place. So Hobbsy now takes the lead of the race, with Sparrow just on 6 seconds behind. And then we've got, oh geez, that's probably a good 30, 35, 40 seconds back to Halley. Then a big gap back to Haymaker, 39 seconds. What's happened there? Haymaker's actually jumped. Yes, he's jumped Halley. About 10 minutes to go. Halley might be able to claw that back. Silkier sitting in 5th. Pickle sitting in 6th. M4A's disappeared. Oh, I don't think his internet was playing up again. I thought we did see him glitch into the pits when Halley was in there. That's unfortunate. He was having such a good race too. And we got Shooter back in 7th. Who's 25 seconds behind Pickle. Jester back in 8th, and the Doc sitting in 9th. So I reckon it'll be watching Halley. It's main straight length between him and Haymaker. We're just on 9 minutes to go. Can he claw that position back? Sparrow is actually doing a really good job here, staying with Hobbsy, not letting him get too far away. He's definitely got this out, he hooked up. Nice through the back section there. A little bit of a bump. Holds it nicely. Nice through the last chicane. Looks like it's starting to get a little bit dark too. That's all they need. Lack of visibility even more. But just on 7.5 minutes to go. Hobbs is still out in front by 6 seconds. Let's just have a look here. Here's Haymaker. Up to the start finish straight. And here comes Halley through the chicane. As he comes around the corner, let's have a look at the distance. He's managed to close up a little bit. What else we got? Comes Silky around the last corner. Sitting nicely in 5th. Pretty big gap back to Pickle. It's just coming around the last corner now. But after that first incident in lap 2 between M4A and Pickle, where he came out in 11th, now worked his way back to 6th. Oh, we've lost Gilso too. Oh, bugger. Then we've got Shooter, who's slowly catching in on Pickle. Don't know if he'll have enough time to actually get up and make a pass. So after having to do 3 pit stops, first pit stop it didn't count and he got pinged for speeding in pit lane, so then had a compulsory stop, then had to come back in and do another compulsory stop to get the green tick in the box. So it was 3 stops tonight for Shooter, and that's put him back to 7th. Just as sitting in 8th. Pretty much a pretty big gap, 23 seconds from Shooter. And then Dr. Disrespect, just coming down the main straight now. Had the same issue, went in, fixed his damage, but didn't do his compulsory stop, so I had to do a second stop. That put him back in the field, and he's trying to work his way back. Here we go. Halley's 12 seconds behind Haymaker now. So just on 5 minutes to go. Is it possible? Starting to get very dark. Oh, big slide through there. Carried a lot of speed in that corner. I believe these front 2 runners are both on controllers. So it goes to show you don't have to have $1,000 worth of steering wheels and stuff to be competitive. These guys, look at this, just throwing it through the corners. We're on controller as well. like it with the twitchiness there. So M4A's just sitting in the pits, having internet issues. Shooter's only 5.5 seconds back from Pickle, with probably 2 laps to go. Oh, Halley's down to 9 seconds. The Haymaker. Possibly be 2 laps to go, maybe 1, depending on where Hobbsy and Sparrow are. Yeah, they're coming down to the bottom hairpin. Do my streams save? No, but I upload them to my YouTube channel. So JTilly81 on YouTube. Pretty much all these races, every race that I do, whether it be LNR, Shakedown, whatever, all goes onto YouTube. So they're always there to watch whenever. So I dare say we're going to end up with 2 more laps. Oh, they might call this the last lap. Yeah, sure it is. Only 2 seconds away here. Halley's just on 6 seconds. I don't know.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
It's alright, mate, you can watch it as many times as you want. So leader's now on the final lap. Can Pickle hold off Shooter? You guys will have to do 1 more lap. Tell you what though, the track is quite nice at night time with a bit of rain, a bit of shine on the road. Yeah, I don't know if Halley can do it. It's just on 5 seconds now. That's a lot to make up in 1 lap. Oh, Shooter's gone straight through the chicane. So Pickle should gain a bit of an advantage there. The gap's now pushed out to 2 seconds, so a little bit of a breather space, but keep pushing them, 1 more lap to go. And here comes Hobbsy through the final sector. Stayed out of trouble tonight. Nice clean racing. Unfortunate for everyone having a few incidences, but take it while you can. Oh, he's run a bit wide there. Oh, don't throw it away yet, mate. Up through the last chicane. Here he comes around the final corner. They take the checkered flag. Great job, Hobbsy.
The leader has finished the race.
And Sparrow for 2nd place. Excellent, well done. They're just on 4 seconds now. Halley. Don't know if he can do it. Oh, the Shooter's gotten past Pickle, so whether there's been an incident there or Pickle's made a mistake maybe. Not too sure. But Haymaker comes around the final corner. Take the last step on the podium. And Halley, after having to do 2 stops, ooh, hard into the wall. takes 4th position. Silkia, another one that's pretty much stayed out of trouble all night. Moves his way up into 5th. Does say 4th there, but hell, he's disappeared, so it was 5th. And then Shooter, after having to do a 3-stop, makes his way back up to 6th position. And crosses the line. And not that far behind him, Pickle takes 7th spot. And that just leaves Jester coming through the last section now. Up through the chicane. And around the final corner. To round out the field and to take 8th spot. Well done, Jester. So that's it. That's round 5 of the Evo Cup. So once again, we had Hobbsy taking the top step. Sparrow with a great result to sit in 2nd. Haymaker in 3rd. Not so fast Sally back in 4th after having to do 2 pit stops. Silkia takes 5th spot. Shooter with the fastest lap of the race as well, with a 2:09.7 on lap 7. Takes and after having to do 3 compulsory pit stops, still manages to get 6th place. Pickle in 7th. Good recovery after the first incident on lap 2, I think it was, with M4A. And then Jester back in 8th. Dr. Disrespect in 9th. And unfortunate for M4A, Von Zip and Big Gilso with incident issues and accidents. M4A in 10th, Von Zip in 11th, and Big Gilso in 13th. So that's it for our Evo Cup race for Thursday night. Thanks for watching, everyone. Tune in on Sunday night at 9 PM for round 5 of the Fezzer Nights, which will be here at Nurburgring. Hopefully no rain, so it'll be a little bit more competitive. Well, not saying more competitive, but a little bit easier for the guys to handle the car. And be sure to tune in for Sparrow's 200th race. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you on Sunday night.